So yeah, I started getting into like this yin and yang philosophy. Um, and yeah, I took a deep dive. But I think what was really happening is that they were opening me up to spirit guides because I started getting into that, spirit guides and familiar spirits. I didn't know that that's what it was, but that's what I got sort of manipulated into coming into. Started, listening to spirit guides and, you know, learning things about chakras and cleansing your chakras. And now I know from studying the Bible that a chakra, all the chakra is a portal. You're opening a certain portal within your body to allow just demons to come into. In any case, yeah, so I started doing this deep dive into those type of just like Eastern philosophies and listening to spirit guides and tarot and all of that stuff. Meanwhile, I'm getting high every day. And this is while I was studying at UCT. Yeah. And then I guess I started coping. I started doing this whole 5 a.m. club and, all of that stuff, man. Meditation every day. And then, yeah, that's what happened. And then, yeah, I think how I should have known that this person is an op is that, well, I mean, there's no way I could have known, but what happened is that I think towards the end of 2019, I got over the relationship, but really I didn't get over because I was still busy with a series of other relationships where I was still just trying to, numb myself and forget. I was a player, I think that's what it's called. That's definitely what it's called, but yeah, I was looking for something. I was looking for something. I didn't even recognize the kind of pain that I was experiencing because I didn't have the understanding of what happened in my past and the kind of influence now that I had opened myself up to. And then like towards the end of 2019 he came back, but I didn't realize that again it was an op. I didn't even recognize, like yeah, I didn't recognize because it's almost like, oh, he knew she's ripe for something. And then yeah, I had a sexual encounter with him and I had a sexual encounter with him and like there was this dirty kind of liquid discharge that came out of me, like as if something rotten was put inside of me, was put inside my womb. Yeah, and I don't know what kind of muck that was, but yeah, I don't know what he did, but he did something to me. He put something inside of me, or he took something, whatever, but that's exactly what happened. And yeah, I left there, and we kind of got back together. I didn't realize that, it wasn't a real relationship. It was just an act, a pretense. He was paid to play a part. And then yeah, I guess I continued along with the relationship or whatever, but he was seeing other people. I didn't know. And then yeah, things just started not making sense. Meanwhile, I'm diving deeper into this spiritualism. Now I'm buying crystals and I'm being taught about the importance of saging, and I'm watching like Sangomas teach me about equinoxes and the solstice and winter solstice, and now I'm getting into information about what is this stuff? Christ consciousness. Now I was just getting deep into, gosh, like just witchcraft. And I didn't even know that's what it was. I didn't even know I was a witch, Granted, I never attacked anyone. I never, did anything to anyone. But it was like, there's no good or bad witch. There's just a witch. They were things that they would call like, you're a green witch. You know how to use herbs and stuff to heal. You're a healer. And this is the stuff that I was into. Where I started learning about Gaia and the spirit of the earth, and paganism, where I'm grounding and I'm using certain crystals for certain types of spirits, and I'm going to the ocean a lot, and I'm communing with ocean spirits. Like, that was the kind of life that I was living. That was the kind of stuff that I was initiated into. And I didn't even know that I was being initiated into that, to be quite honest. I was just seeking for something. I was seeking for something above myself. This is how I came into just the language of the universe and all of that stuff. And yeah, that was the bulk of my experience while I was in varsity. I was empty inside. Even as all of this is happening, the only thing that I wanted, the only thing that I desired was love. I was like, I want love. But the people that were being put in my life, the people that were being put as like an act, they were acting. If you know that movie, what's that movie's name?